one shot, Niners, non-stop speed, rock, chop, chop. Show up, no doubt. Go deep, run route. San Fran, Indy, MNF, ball out. Snoop out.
Christmas week and happy end of Week 16 around the National Football League. What a week it's been. And welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the Colts. And again now the home to Philip Rivers. Walking in today out of the parking lot. Which way is the locker room? Take a left, Philip. That's where he is headed. Out talking to Shane Steichen, trying to figure out a way to get a win here tonight against the San Francisco 49ers. Going over the game plan. He is back and ready to emerge here tonight in Week 16 as we welcome you to the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. Troy Aikman is coming right up. Let's talk about Philip Rivers. We'll be doing it all night long. He spent 5 years away from the game that he loves, 44 years old. He is a father to 10, a grandfather to 1. And he is set to go tonight. Moments ago, he caught up with Laura Rutledge. Laura.
Thank you, Joe. Philip, you're about to run out in front of a packed Lucas Oil Stadium, something you've never done before. What's this like for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Just overwhelmingly grateful to be out here. Yeah, no real home game advantage in 2020, so this will be a lot of fun.
Now with one game and an entire week of practice under your belt, what can we expect to be different tonight?
Well, I think it'll look a little more normal of an offense that I've ran in years past. We still got to go execute. That doesn't mean it's going to go good, but I'm confident, excited. Definitely feel a lot more in the routine week 2.
What does it mean to you to be able to play in front of your kids now that they're older?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, little girls don't remember. And then my big girls got children of their own, you know, so it's special. Everybody's here. I certainly thought the time had passed, but I'm embracing every moment. But at the same time, it's about the Colts and us trying to find a way to get a win. We need one.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank you.
Joe.
All right, Laura, thank you. Nice of Philip to stop by, and there's some emotion there, and there was something on the line for a guy who, by the way, is a Hall of Fame semifinalist. That clock starts again, and it's 5 years from now that he'll pop back up on that list. But there's a lot on him, and he did not want to come out here and embarrass himself, and he was good in Seattle.
Yes, he was, and he got emotional last week at the end of that ball game. And anyone who's played at the level that Philip Rivers has, there's a lot of pride that's involved, and you put that on the line when you come back after a 5-year hiatus. And so he did not embarrass himself last week in Seattle. I thought he really did a nice job. Now, the game plan was that they were going to run the football and get the ball out of his hands, and we heard him tell Laura there that it'll look different tonight. He's going up against a defense that's had a hard time getting pressure on the quarterback, and so he'll be able to hold it a little bit longer. Of course, everything runs through Jonathan Taylor. They've got to run the football better than they have during this 4-game lose streak.
Let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers. It is remarkable what they've done. All the players they lost coming into the year, all the players they've lost within the year. A Hall of Famer like Fred Warner. They lose Nick Bosa, on and on. They miss Purdy for 8 games, but here they are with a chance to win out and be the #1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, hats off to Kyle Shanahan and really that entire staff, what they've been able to do, because when you look at it, they don't have a run game, and they haven't been able to get after the quarterback. And usually when you don't have those two things, you're not staring at 10 wins with a chance to be the #1 seed. Now, they come in here with an offense that is banged up again. Wide receiver Ricky Pearsall will not play tonight. The good news is Brock Purdy's playing some of his best football, and he's going to have to again in this game tonight if they're going to keep this win streak going.
Pretty ironic that tonight they take on the Colts and Philip Rivers, who Lisa was very nearly a San Francisco 49er back in 2020. 2022. We'll send it down to Lisa. Hear more about that. It's a performance above. It's brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, the 49ers say they don't care how old Philip Rivers is. In fact, it was almost San Francisco, like you said, who brought Rivers out of retirement back in 2022. The Niners were in the playoff chase, but injuries at quarterback had them down to their 7th-round rookie draft pick, Brock Purdy. And with Purdy's skills unproven at the time, Kyle Shanahan said he called Philip Rivers and told him, get ready just in case. Now, Purdy, he ended up winning 7 consecutive games and led the 49ers to the NFC Championship game before he got hurt. But if San Francisco had won that game, Kyle Shanahan says Philip Rivers could very well have made his first start as a 49er in Super Bowl 57. Shanahan said Rivers is still elite at everything that he does, which is why he jokes that he's sick that Rivers is back and that they've got to face him tonight, Joe.
Yeah, they'll have their hands full, no doubt about it. He's about to take the field. And for the fans here in Indianapolis, in some way, it's like he's riding in on the white horse, trying to save their season. Here we go. It's got a big game feel to it, doesn't it? Our national anthem when we come back.
Presenting the colors today are members of the Military Department of Indiana Ceremonial Unit Color Guard. And now, to honor America, please rise if you are able and remove your hats. Please welcome Indianapolis native, musician, actor, and entrepreneur Trevor Jackson in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. No, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
The 49ers are in the playoffs. The Colts trying to join them there. A tough hill to climb. You've been watching the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. Kick it off when we come back.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It's the end of Week 16 around the National Football League, and it's the 10-4 49ers against the 8-6 Indianapolis Colts. 49ers have won 4 straight. Shane Steichen's Colts have lost 4 straight. They started this season with a record of 8-2, but they had hit the skids. They lost Daniel Jones, and now they have Philip Rivers at quarterback. He played for the Colts during the pandemic year of 2020. So he gets to be a Colt in front of a sold-out house. Brock Purdy, he is coming off his best game in that win over Tennessee. Christian McCaffrey still trying to find his groove. Indianapolis won the toss. They want the ball. And we'll see Phillip Rivers right out of the gate. Ninth time the Colts have won the toss. They have chosen to receive 8 of those occasions, and they're going to start tonight with the ball with Abdullah and Coleman Owen back waiting for the kick from Eddie Pinheiro. Makes the tackle. We'll look at the numbers for Phillip Rivers, and you see the overall numbers. He was 16 of 18 on throws within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. 0 for 3 on throws 15 yards plus downfield. 0 for 1 tonight, and a player is down. That's the center, Bortolini. And they look at him. 3 yards, a touchdown, and a lot of smiles. And dadgummit, he can still play.
He just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody.
Family loves it. Why wouldn't they? A watch party back in Alabama. Loving every second of it. The high school football coach does good on that first possession up 7.
Click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tuck's picking it up.
ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Progressive. Get coverage you can count on with home and auto at progressive.com. And Target, where game day meets the holidays. Noah Scott on the custom Monday Night Football guitar, live in Monument Circle. Created at the Purdue Guitar Lab by Noah and Dr. Mark French, where they made the Win for Jim tribute guitar. Ours was made with authentic Wilson game ball leather and probably will be finding a home in Troy's basement.
You're
Leading
right.
into week number 17. He's already put his dibs on that. How about that moment for the family of Phillip Rivers?
Take a look at the night that Phillip Rivers has had, and he's just been surgical in what he has seen and getting the team into the right play and knowing exactly where to go with the football. And when you follow Rivers' career, it's what he has always done best. Here's 3rd and long. Josh Downs is having a big night here already in the early going. Just an outstanding move there. But just some high-level quarterback play by Phillip Rivers, and he has pushed the ball down the field. I know a lot of questions this week he had to answer, but he has done that coming off of that game last week in Seattle.
So it is Odom. As we look at the numbers for the quarterbacks, outstanding. And for the 49ers defense, they come into this game dead last in sacks. Fewest in the league with 16. They had none against Tennessee last week, their 4th game without a sack. And they were hopeful to get Phillip Rivers moving. They're not making him move. They have to think about bringing extra guys on the pass rush.
And it's why I thought Phillip Rivers had an opportunity in this game to really play well and push the ball down the field. Now, we've talked about the injuries that they have in that offensive line. So when at full strength, they're a great offensive line. They're shorthanded right now.
No.
Time now for our total replay brought to you by Royal Caribbean, and we will track Christian McCaffrey, who has been busy tonight through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, this offense, it doesn't much matter if it is on the ground or through the air. It pretty much runs through Christian McCaffrey. And until tonight, he hasn't had a lot of good days running the football, but he still contributes in such a big way catching the football. And we heard from Lisa earlier, it doesn't much matter to him how he does it.
You start looking at where Christian McCaffrey stacks up in NFL history. Most career scrimmage yards per game. He is 3rd all time and surrounded by Hall of Famers and some of the best to ever play pro football.
That's about as impressive a group of running backs that you'll ever see. To be mentioned in that company.
Coming up on the Allstate halftime, first half takeaways with SVP Ryan Clark, Jason Kelsey, Boomer's fastest 3 minutes. See Aaron Rodgers, who's playing terrific football. Steelers have won 3 in a row. The New England Patriots, Drake May, they had that hiccup last week, and they came back and got a road win last night at Baltimore. And what a job Mike Vrabel continues to do with that New England team.
Sure is.
Since taking over for the 49ers in week 2. Well, we'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman with Christmas this week. It's a big week around this country and around the world, and for this Indianapolis Colts team about to go back on offense. Now they're down 10. 49ers get the ball to start the second half. There's a little bit of pressure here to get something done before the half.
Yeah, there is. The way the 49ers have moved the ball, I've been impressed, and especially the way they've run the ball with Christian McCaffrey here in this first half against a really good run defense. But I agree. I mean, a lot on the line right here on this possession for Phillip Rivers and Indianapolis. If they're able to get the ball down any kind of points, I mean, to cut this back to a one-possession game with San Francisco, as you mentioned, Joe, getting the ball to start the second half. But a well-played game for the most part, and both these quarterbacks playing some really good football.
By 10. 3 touchdowns and a field goal. Phillip Rivers played 17 successful seasons in the NFL before retiring. Injuries struck the Colts quarterback room. So 44-year-old Phillip is back. He and his crew packed up the sleigh to start slinging touchdowns again. Colts have been on the naughty list, trying to get back onto the playoff roster right now in the 8th spot in the AFC. They only take 7, trying to catch the Texans and make the playoffs. We'll shift our focus to the college football playoff. It continues with the quarterfinals on ESPN and the ESPN app. New Year's Eve, Miami squares off against Ohio State. The Cotton Bowl at 7:30 Eastern. On New Year's Day, Oregon takes on Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl at noon. And then Alabama and Indiana in the Rose Bowl cap the night with Ole Miss and Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
To follow up on Phillip Rivers, Joe, I think quarterbacks in general, you get paid to play on third down.
They want to get run over. Here's the try from 64. Off the crossbar and out. And that is the first miss by Pinheiro of the year. And he gave it every ounce he had.
He sure did. He put all 190 pounds into that one.
Sure did. So close. We'll send it down to Lisa with Kyle Shanahan.
Thank you, Joe. Kyle, your offense has been rolling tonight. What's been working?
All the guys are doing a good job. We're running the ball well. We're throwing the ball well. And we had a couple big third downs that's kept us moving the chains. 1 4th and 1, but been real happy with the guys.
You came into the game saying you were not excited about facing Phillip Rivers tonight. Just what do you have to do to get him out of his comfort zone?
No, you can see why. He's a hell of a quarterback. We've gotten some 3rd and longs, and he still managed to get it. I don't mind our defense bending a little bit, but we can't give up those 3rd and longs. The 3rd and go from the 16 can't happen. We keep him off those, we'll do a lot better.
All right, thank you, Kyle. Joe?
Yeah, a lot of respect for Kyle, for Phillip Rivers, and a lot of respect for Kyle for his own quarterback, who's been outstanding. Bad sound. If you are Eddie Pinheiro, came so close. Purdy in this half, 3 touchdown passes, 4 incompletions in a 7-point game. Stay tuned. All-State halftime coming up. Tonight's first half highlights are presented by Target. Merry Christmas week and welcome to Indianapolis. He's got his man, Pierce.
Some things you just don't forget.
He's got his guy, guess who? McCaffrey to the end zone, touchdown.
This ball was thrown perfectly.
Back across the field and has a touchdown, George Kittle. Well, we saw some December fireworks in that first half. This holiday season, get game day ready at Target. There's your score. 49ers going to start the second half of the football, leading by 7. Let's send it down to Laura Rutledge a moment ago, talking with Shane Steichen.
Thanks, Joe. How's Phillip Rivers look to you, Shane?
He's looked pretty awesome. Scored on a lot of drives. We've got to continue that in the second half.
What adjustments do you want to see defensively?
We just got to get some stops. So obviously, they'll get the ball here to start the second half, but we got to find a way to get a stop, get some takeaways here.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Joe.
All right, Laura, and thanks to Shane for stopping by. And there is Phillip Rivers, who we've had our cameras all over tonight. And it's been a good game so far, but it's been better for Brock Purdy and George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey as they try to win their 5th straight. We'll see the offense for San Francisco here to start this second half. Kyle Shanahan, year number 9. Navigating all these injuries and has his team in a great spot. This is Brian Robinson on the return. Good return out across the 35, and while we have focused, and now these players start to push, but no punches thrown right now. I don't see any flags down there. Talk about San Francisco. It's been impressive to watch. They picked up where they left off against the Tennessee Titans, and Christian McCaffrey has just been uncoverable so far in this game.
A lot of offense there in that first half. San Francisco, who I did not think would be able to run the football, they haven't all year, and then against the #1 run defense, just didn't expect what we've seen. On the other hand, I thought we would see more out of the Indianapolis Colts running the ball with Jonathan Taylor against this 49ers defense that has given up yards, and yet it's been the total opposite.
Here's Kittle again. What a game he's putting together. 14-point ball game now at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. 70,000 packed in. 18th season that this stadium's been home to the Colts. Shane Steichen trying to rally the troops. They're down by 14 now.
And well under 4. And tonight, he's not doing much better. His longest run tonight is just 7 yards. And this is a guy who came into this game second in the NFL in runs of 10-plus yards. So there just has been nowhere to go with the football on the ground, which has made the play by Phillip Rivers even that much more impressive. He's had no run game.
Let's go down to Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, remember last year Brock Purdy gifted his offensive linemen with new Toyota pickup trucks. This year, he's still gift-giving, but instead of teammates, he chose 9 needy families to give the trucks to. And you can imagine how thrilled those families were when they saw those shiny new trucks with red bows on top of them. Some of the recipients were military vets facing challenges. Some were families of kids who are dealing with significant health issues, including pediatric cancer. And if the trucks weren't enough, jolly old St. Brock even threw in tickets for the 49ers Week 18 game against Seattle.
49ers as Robinson gets 11, and I think this is probably the best time to just say, Troy, this is what I got you.
Is this for me?
Yes.
Oh,
I found
man.
it in the back of the booth.
I mean, you didn't. Come
I
on.
did.
Really?
I did.
I don't have any of these either. I mean, this is fantastic.
There you go, pal. Let's go back to work.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
That was back in 2001 following the Colts Week 11 40-21 blowout home loss to the 49ers. That clip has been played multiple times every year since.
You know, Peyton was the quarterback back then. He was, what, in his 93rd year, I think it was.
Here is the NFC playoff picture. Playoffs? Seattle is out in front. They've got a date at San Francisco and Santa Clara Week 18 that could be for a lot on the line. The division, the #1 seed, they're the division leaders. They're the wild card leaders. There you go. Playoffs, you kidding me, over on the far right.
Well, that win by Seattle the other night, it just threw everything upside down and certainly opened the door for both Seattle and San Francisco.
Take a look at the remaining schedules. There is Seattle on the far left. You know, we've been talking about the 49ers, but because they meet in Week 18, they both kind of have their fate in their own hands. They don't need any help for that #1 seed. Seahawks at Carolina. Remember, Carolina beat the Rams at home.
That's right.
not too long ago.
It was a big win by the Chicago Bears yesterday.
Mustafa made that play. And a gain of just 1. We go to the fourth quarter. Oh, somebody thought they were getting a present. Juwan Jennings said, I'll be the Grinch. I'm keeping it. 14-point game. Colts on the move. Fourth quarter coming up. Time now for our Fantasy Watch, brought to you by Wingstop. Brock Purdy tying a career high with his 4 touchdown passes. Phillip Rivers has had a nice night. Better than last week at Seattle. 2 touchdowns, no picks. The father of 10, grandfather of 1. ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Walmart Express Delivery. Get great gifts in as fast as an hour. The Red Panda, the beloved performer famous for her dazzling NBA halftime shows, made her NFL game debut tonight. And let me tell you, she did not disappoint. Oh. Great moment from that little thing going on the field, and we've seen a good game. I mean, this has been fun.
I thought it would be Joe coming in, but it's been better than I even anticipated. And I think that last score by Indianapolis, I mean, at least now they put a little pressure back on San Francisco.
There is Sky Moore to the 30. That's it, and he is hit hard. True. Chance for Sky Moore. If he left that ball alone, looked like it might have been heading out of bounds. As we look at the offense tonight for the 49ers as they go back to work.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They always do as far as moving people around with the shifts and motions. They're one of the tops in the league, but tonight they've even used more of it. Well over 80% of the offensive snaps. They've had some type of shift or motion involved. They've gotten people moving, and as I mentioned earlier, the way in which Christian McCaffrey in this running game has gone after this defense has been really something to watch.
Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in receiving touchdowns?
As we continue here in the fourth quarter in Indianapolis, next week we'll be in Atlanta. The Rams square off against the Atlanta Falcons at 8 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. ESPN2 will again have MNF Playbook with next-gen stats for a data-driven look at the game.
You know, there's a lot of candidates for Coach of the Year and some really good ones. And I would have to believe that Mike Vrabel is at or certainly near the top of that list for what he's done. But Kyle Shanahan definitely deserves consideration.
You can go through the list. You mentioned Kyle, you mentioned Vrabel, Mike McDonald in Seattle. Ben Johnson has got the Chicago Bears on top.
Yeah.
Sean Payton in Denver. Liam Cohen in Jacksonville. What?
No, you're right. I mean, now I'm saying, gosh, only one guy gets to win.
Only one guy. Only one can win.
There's always great candidates, and there's a lot of great coaching in this league, as we know. But, man, some of those that you just mentioned, especially we all know how great Kyle's been, but some of those you mentioned, Ben Johnson, his first year, Liam Cohen getting his opportunity. You know, Sean Payton, everybody knows how great he's been. They got long resumes.
3.5 to go. Leonard, who injured his knee at Jacksonville 2 weeks ago when Daniel Jones went down. You see he was the national runner-up at Notre Dame last season with that great year with the Irish, 6th-round pick. This season he's been involved in 2 games, thought his shot was coming, and then a mentor of sorts, Phillip Rivers, comes in and takes over for the Colts.
I think it was the right thing bringing in Phillip. I mean, he certainly did his part, I feel like. But Riley Leonard now, he'll get his chance to play these next 2 weeks, I would imagine. I don't know why they would roll Phillip Rivers back out.
Coming up on the Nationwide post-game show, we'll visit with one of the stars from the 49ers side, take you inside the winning locker room, see if we have to beat Coach Shanahan at all. Ought to be excited after another win. We'll visit with the quarterbacks as well. Joe and Troy, your thoughts as well when this one's done. Look forward to talking to you in a few minutes.
All right, Scott, thank you. Well, Phillip Rivers came back. We'll give you the numbers tonight. Look at that, 277 yards after 120 in his first game back. 2 touchdowns, the interception that went for a pick 6. You can see it all over his face. He's frustrated and just didn't get it done tonight, no matter how you want to look at this game.
Yeah, no, he's extremely frustrated because he went out and had a heck of a night. I mean, he did his part, played well beyond what a 44-year-old should be expected to do. He had no running help. He didn't have the run game, which has been the problem down the stretch for Indianapolis. And then the defense didn't show up. And like I said, he played as good as he could have, and it's the reason they even were somewhat competitive.
As we wrap up tonight, Brock Purdy is getting red hot at just the right time for the 49ers. 5 touchdown passes. A career high. The Niners got their running game going against a good run defense behind McCaffrey, who they rode hard here tonight. They could still use more of a pass rush. You see where they are. They have a Week 18 date that's looming at home against Seattle. They've got a home date next Sunday night at home against Chicago. For the Colts, they needed their defense to step up. It did not. John Lynch, Phillip Rivers. Lynch, who actually sacked Phillip Rivers for the 2nd sack in Phillip's young career at the time back in 2005. Here it is, the San Diego Chargers. Phillip Rivers, the future Hall of Famer, and it went as a safety as he was sacked. It's interesting. They're kind of intertwined. I mean, Lynch was the guy who injured Drew Brees. Drew Brees would end up just resurrecting and just carrying the Saints franchise. In 2006, Phillip Rivers took over, never missed a start for the Chargers, or in 2020 with the Colts. He had the 5 years off. He's coaching high school football, coaching his son Gunnar. They had a great year. They lost in the playoffs. He got the call. He came back. He threw for 270+ yards tonight, but it was not enough. Brock Purdy won this night with his teammates. He was outstanding.
Yeah, he really was. And to follow up on Phillip, I mean, what a great career he has had. And it'll be interesting to see, what happens next week. As you mentioned, they're not totally eliminated from the postseason. Do they continue to ride Phillip Rivers, or what might that look like? I guess we'll find out in the coming days. But I was real proud of Phillip and what he was able to do, certainly tonight, and even last week for that matter. But the 49ers are rolling, and the offense is going to have to carry this team, and they certainly did tonight. Just an excellent performance. Can't imagine anyone playing more efficiently. Scored on 7 of their first 8 possessions and just looked like an absolute juggernaut.
Waiting and hoping to talk to Brock Purdy before we say goodnight. Playoff picture as we look at it in the NFC. You got the Seahawks on top. You got the division leaders, including the Chicago Bears. What a win that was here in Week 16 over Green Bay in overtime. Got the 49ers. 49ers went out. They're the #1 seed. You can say the same for Seattle. And the teams on the far right, the Lions have a chance, but it doesn't look great after their loss at home yesterday to the Steelers. And we will send it down to Lisa Salters.
Brock, the first 5 touchdown game of your career, I know you weren't feeling great coming into the game because of a cold, but what felt good out on the field tonight?
I mean, everybody just did their job. I feel like Kyle was in his bag with his play calls, and the run game, the O-line just doing a great job for Christian, and then obviously the pass game to be able to dish it out to a bunch of guys and then make plays. Like, it was just a team effort across the board.
You said Kyle was in his bag. What do you mean by that?
I mean, just the play calls. Everything was, I just feel like it timed out really good. The play action pass, all the things. He did a great job calling plays.
It was also the first time a 49ers quarterback has thrown for 5 touchdowns in 35 years since Joe Montana did it in 1990. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it's an honor to be able to play for this organization with guys like Joe Montana, Steve Young, and to be able to be out here wearing the same uniform. I mean, I'm just a kid living a dream.
Your punter, he didn't work tonight. He hasn't worked since November. Just what does that say about just how your offense is rolling right now?
Yeah, I mean, we just try to take it one drive at a time. We don't go into the game going, hey, no punts. It's just, hey, take one drive at a time. Let's try to win this game however it takes. That's just how it's gone the last couple of games, so we just got to keep it going.
And on the other side, I saw you had a moment with Philip Rivers. Just what can you say about him coming back and doing what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome, man. He's a legend in the NFL to be able to come back and rip it like he has and score a bunch of points. I just told him it was an honor to be out on the same field as him, man. I watched him as a kid growing up.
And Brock, I know you have 2 games left. You can only play them one at a time. But if you win out, you get the #1 seed in the NFC. Just how do you like your chances?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to take it one game at a time, one drive at a time, one play at a time, not try to see out the future or anything like that. So we got to get better. We got to watch the film, get better at practice, and go from there.
All right, thanks, Brock. Congrats on the win. Merry Christmas to you.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Well, next week we'll be in Atlanta for the Rams and the Falcons. How hot is Matthew Stafford leading the league in pass yards, touchdown passes, passer rating? If he finishes that way, it'd be the first time since 2007 and Tom Brady. This has been a presentation of the NFL on ESPN and ABC. The Monday Night Postgame presented by Nationwide coming up on ESPN. Send it to Scott Van Pelt.
Thank you, Joe. As you mentioned, coming up over on ESPN, we will have one of the stars of the game visiting with us. We'll get more from Brock Purdy. Also going to hear from Philip Rivers as well after what was really just an incredible performance, given the fact that the man's 44 years old. His whole family here watching him play. Played well, but that San Francisco offense is cooking. If you are watching on ABC, your late local news is next. Big man is here as well for Bad Beats. We'll see you over in ESPN. It's 2 minutes from now.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.